RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. I got I don't know how y'all be feeling when y'all wake up in the morning, but you know that that whole let me sleep on it sentiment. I go through that a lot. A lot of things that I'm like worried about, thinking about, having to make choices about things and shit like that. Self-reflection, all that type of shit. That shit hits you the most when you wake up because your mind has an opportunity to just relax onto itself and not be stampeded in your waking life with all of the conscious and subconscious shit that you go through. All of this conscious and subconscious shit that you go through every day. When you can quiet that in some sleep, rest and relaxation tends to clear your mind about certain things. So I notice very often in the morning I wake up feeling I won't say dreadful, but feeling just down about like the state of the world and shit. And of course what comes along with that is self-reflection and like an introspective thought process that makes me examine like my own life. And everybody should do this. Just self-reflection in this way is just important in general. You think about things that you've done wrong to people, how people have wronged you, and you just think about aspirations and desires in life, in relationships. And if you got kids, of course, with your kids and shit, I wake up every morning like, man, this is as peaceful as my kids gonna be all day. Because when they put feet onto the floor, they spaz, they wild, they happy, carefree kids. And it's amazing to watch some kids grow up, because when they look like you, these is your kids, and that's as close to fucking duplicating or cloning yourself as you really gonna get. You tend to appreciate the things that they go through when you have to play the parent role, when you have your whole life played the child role. Flip-flopping that once you have kids so that you got to play that role is a beautiful thing. But it can make you a bit saddened in your introspective thoughts, because they are naive. They don't know the inevitability of death. They don't know how the world works. Trying to get my kids to understand that when we go from one side of town to the other and it takes a little while in the car, that there's nothing. We've been on some road trips and they see how far we can drive to get to relatives' houses and shit like that. And then they like, yo, that was a long drive. Where are we? The end of the earth? And they have no idea we've gone nowhere. You can show them a map, how to get from here to Freeport, Illinois, where I grew up at. It's about an hour, just over an hour west of Chicago is where Freeport is, almost in a straight line, right against the Wisconsin border, right up there with Chicago, Rockford, Illinois, and then Freeport. They go like that. And Freeport is in the up northwestern corner of the state of Illinois, real close to the Wisconsin border, real close to the Iowa border. But we go there to visit family every now and then. We haven't gone in a while, and we probably should go more. But Freeport's a fucking shithole, though. I hate being there. But family is there, so that kind of it sucks like that. It's bittersweet going back there every time. But if I show the kids on the map where we drove to, and what the rest of the states in the country and then the world looks like, it blows their mind. They think the world is absolutely huge, and at first glance it is. Once you start growing up and you even travel a little bit, you meet people from different parts of the world, and you get a political and global perspective about yourself. The world don't seem so big anymore. Um, it's just weird. It's a beautiful thing growing up yourself and then having to raise kids, doing the inverse of what you've known your own life of being a child, being under someone's authority, watching yourself and reflecting back on how you defied that authority from multiple angles your entire fucking life. You never completely give in, not even to your parents, and they gave you life, shelter you, protected you. They the ones that changed your diaper, gave you all the kisses and hugs, took care of you when you were sick, fed you, kept you alive, kept you out of the harsh weather, the wild animals, other dangerous people. All this shit been trying to kill you from day one when you was born. All of it is capable and willing to kill you with a smile on his face when you talk about diseases and things like this. And your parents protect you from all of that. And you still never give all of your authority to all of your obedience to them. You never do, bruh. You can't wait to get the fuck up out of there. Sometimes so much so that you forget to be grateful for what it is. And these are the lessons you learn as you grow up. And then you have kids and you go, damn, this is crazy. How you can love somebody so fucking much and be so willing to do anything for them while you watch them tell you that they don't gotta listen to you. They defy your orders. Either they have forgotten in excitement that these were the guidelines, or they know and they think, fuck you, they can get away with it, or they don't see no harm in it, so they do it anyway. Then they learn the hard way when they fall or hurt their knee or accidentally hurt each other when playing or playing too rough or playing accidentally, running around. One of my kids was running this way towards the corner of a room, and the other one was on the other side of the wall running this way, and they just barely missed each other. But I've lived through a couple head-on collisions of kids running, and then y'all bump heads and shit, like literally like head-on fucking crash. But we hurt ourselves a lot when we was kids. My mom has no idea how much we actually defied her, especially once we got out of the house. But when I was young, we get out the house, it was we couldn't wait until we got bikes. And I remember the entire process of learning how to ride a bike, being told that I could ride the bike up and down the block, then being told I could ride around the block out of my mom's fucking sight, but I had to only circle the block. And then we start adding different blocks of how far we can go, to the degree that we were old enough and mature enough that she was just like, man, y'all ride y'all bikes away from the house. Y'all be going. And Freeport is a small town. I think it still has under 30 or just over 30,000 people. Geographically, it's not tiny, but on a bike when we was kids, we can get from one side to the other in about 20-30 minutes. No problem. We can get from one edge of town to the other. So it's not that big. If you can do that on a bike, that's not that big. I'll say about 20 minutes. We can get from one extreme end of the town to the other on a bicycle. But once we got out there on them bikes, man, and we was free and old enough and mature enough to just be trusted away from the house, man, we got away from the house and did a bunch of stupid shit. That's what we did, man. A bunch of dumbass shit. Sometimes dangerous shit as kids, man. Defying that authority, taking our own fucking risk, not giving a fuck, knowing damn well we was doing things that we wouldn't do right in front of our mother. We know goddamn fucking well we wouldn't do that shit right in front of her. We couldn't wait to get away from the house so we can do that bullshit. This idea of defying authority no matter what is just a natural thing, man. It really is. And defying government, especially when they are criminals, especially when they are not even good people, they are morally inferior to me, every single one of them, just off the off the fact that I keep pointing to these examples that are supposed to be one hit quitters. These are supposed to be deal breakers. The Kennedy assassination, that's supposed to be a deal breaker. I don't know how anybody put any trust in the government process, in the voting process, in the executive process of who is the president, how did they get there, and what goes on behind the scenes that we don't understand. Because Kennedy was obviously involved in a few things. Some of the shit was out there in the open, and we could see it and then theorize that maybe this might have been part of the motivation for somebody to do that to him. None of that even matters to the point that I'm trying to make. The fact of the matter is, somebody in a position to think that they could get away with smoking the sitting president actually did it and actually got away with it, because we can't figure it out exactly right now. What power could do that to a sitting president in a country like this and then somehow relinquish or otherwise lose their grip on the power that they intended on gaining by doing some shit like that? They didn't go nowhere. They are the forever boogeyman to me for doing that. I don't see how anybody can trust politics from that day on. I wouldn't trust that threats or deaths have not been used to unfairly sway the motion of the fucking ocean, and y'all let that shit go, and y'all, let's vote. Trey, there was a fucking let's plant the idea of loving to vote and agreeing to play our game, win or lose, because you can't be sore loser. If you agree to play our game, win or lose, what you find after that is that that becomes the angle of the trap. So they got to use the racial shit like that to guilt black people into voting. And which one of these presidents say they had niggas voting Democrat for 40 years or 4 generations or whatever the fuck they said? It's shit like that that seems to go by people, that if you take it for what it is and then you apply it to the big picture of what you got going on right now, you should not be able to trust anything that government does. You shouldn't be able to trust them. I think it's weird to y'all that y'all actually insist that people give themselves to what is obviously a group of strangers talking a whole bunch of shit when you know you catch them up in lies. None of them take any lie detector tests. None of them honestly face like the hard questions. They avoid the questions at all costs. It's a manipulating tactic to lean on the idea of fabricating who the fuck you are, dodging fucking direct fucking questions, making yourself susceptible to bribery, and all of that shit, to hold this illusion of authority over other people so that you can do what? Help drive the country in the direction that this has been going for 50, 100 fucking years. It's been going in the same direction as if one motherfucker is calling the shots. That's what it looks like. Y'all crazy. It's a weird thing, man, to watch y'all do this. Especially when people oppose what it is that I'm saying. And I never really get people to oppose exactly what it is that I'm actually saying. It's always this indirect, weird-ass, silly-ass, childish shit when all you have to do is just try and tell me that when I say things about like the Kennedy assassination, how he got smoked, how we should be perceiving the actual act of that instead of being so lost in the theatrical entertainment behind the act. People go so far into that, but I don't like going into that so much or whatever. I like asking myself, where did it come from and what does that mean for the state of the world right now, today, from back then to now? Where are we now with that? And how did that affect us? Because every little thing puts your own personal life on a trajectory through the Akashic records for you to carve your path that is just going to look a certain way. And everything that they do puts us where we are right now, and one day is connected to the one before it, man. There is no breakage in what the fuck has gone on. There was no reset button or none of that shit that we could even comfortably forget or forgive the past so that we can move on to the future. I ain't forgetting or forgiving nothing. I have a right to still be upset about slavery or the civil rights movement. Y'all smoked all our heroes and then flooded the fucking hoods with fucking cocaine, crack, heroin, and then y'all blamed us for the outcome. That's weird to me. This is social engineering, but that you can even get this kind of a foundation to manipulate that in that way if the past did not include slavery, which could have been a fucking business deal, a partnership with no fucking violence and equal fucking pay and sharing the fucking wealth, and y'all could have performed the same building of America under those terms. And how would that change how we interact with each other now in this country as black people and white people? What would be different? It'd be very different. It'd be kind of hard to divide us about all these other things that they did slavery in that way, but they didn't. And thus you have to calculate that into what it is that you're dealing with, or else you're not going to be honest. You're going to make yourself susceptible to indirectly miscalculating what it is you think you see in the world today, because you're not evaluating the past in a healthy, accurate way to attribute its effects onto the future that you're fucking talking about. Motherfuckers don't do that. They are so fucking like blinders, man. Blinders about talking points and shit when it's election year. You're like, y'all do this. This is the bulk of what it is that I'm hearing right now. A bunch of silly shit. I can't stand Kamala Harris. I don't want to see another video of this bitch talking stupid, doing her fucking silly ass nervous, can you feel me ass fucking laugh. when she's talking about nothing, and she always in front of a camera or on a fucking microphone, silly ass fucking laughing, not making no fucking sense, and patting people on the back and walking off, and everybody like, what the fuck did she just say anyway? Like, I don't even want to see it no more because I already got the picture, bro. I already know. She's a dumb ass, puppet ass, actor ass bitch. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about nothing. She propped up to fucking play her role in the fucking World Theater on the stage, and she's just gonna do her fucking thing. And they know that when she do it, whether she does it well or whether she does it good or bad, convincing or not, none of it matters. They're gonna put her where it is that they want her to be and make you believe that she deserved it because she won that shit if she goes that far. But they already saying, I just seen it the other day, that she's supposed to be winning in some poll or something like this. How? This bitch had no election fucking plan, no march, no campaign. Shit came out the blue and she hit the ground fucking running like this. I don't believe you, because nobody before then was saying, man, we would love to see Kamala Harris go from VP to actual fucking president. Nobody spoke up for her in that way to say that this is where they can see her future going. I don't know where the fuck she getting the fucking future from, but just know that somebody's pushing this, propping this, liking the way it has this effect on society. The racial divide is fucking loud and clear. The bitch not even black, really, and that's crazy. If she's even halfway, a quarter black or anything at all, she don't live that life like that. So then to try to portray herself as coming from, man, all that shit is silly to me, bro. And you can see the act when they turn it on. I've seen videos of this bitch saying loud and proud that she was the first Indian, whatever the fuck, different levels of politics that she's got involved in. Oh, excuse me. And if she's got black in her to a degree, I think she's got a right to point that out. What I don't like is that how she changes her tone, she changes her actions, she starts fabricating stories of her history, of her past, of her lifestyle, of her upbringing. When she started doing that, then I go, oh, that's crazy. But if you are of mixed race and you got some black in you, I don't see what the fuck is wrong with telling that story, because if it's true, then it's true, and if it's true, you get to say it. Period. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It's like the angle that people take on this when they feed into the narrative that they are giving you, because they're giving you the narrative of this bitch being Indian, switching up to say that she's black, for y'all to have the disagreement and the division about that particular topic, and for her to march on and possibly even win anyway. This is what it is that they like, because these two people are polarized, and there's no better way to do this for them and their fucking circus and they bullshit. The best way to do that is for them to give you two polarizing candidates, so that either way you go, the emotions are high as fuck, and they can guarantee a show off of whatever performance they want to put on. It sounds like it makes more sense that this is what it is that they would prefer. This is what they thrive on. This is what gives them what it is that they need to fucking fuel all of their shit, because they wouldn't be able to manipulate you from here on out if they did not manipulate you with these motherfuckers in this way. Total fucking racial debating all over the fucking place. Kamala Harris and Trump. How much? And what other point did you see so much of a racial drive behind the narrative of two presidential candidates? Now, of course, Obama, they had a big racial drive to it. And y'all tend to forget and then calculate what it is that happened inside of that, whether it's a game or not. Nobody learned any kind of a lesson, because even when there's a lesson to be learned, y'all tend to favor the angle on the narrative that they want you to do, where all of the division is, instead of looking at what it is that they gave you, seeing the deception behind the theatrical push that they gave you in that, so that you can defuse what it is that they try to put on you. For example, what I'm saying is, y'all act like America is so racist, but it can't be. I know that it's not the way y'all want to play it off to be. Y'all want to make it look like we are hopelessly racist, and that we're never going to figure this out, and that nobody gets along, and there's no hope in a togetherness between the people to focus on a common goal. Y'all act like there's nothing to gain by going down that path, and there is, because Obama won back-to-back terms, supposedly, in this fucking country. And then what happened after that? A black dude, supposed black dude, who had all of this controversy around him about where the fuck he was born. This man won 2 terms back-to-back in the most racist country in the fucking world. Shut the fuck up. Because then what happened? The same white folks that help that helped to vote the black guy in 2 times in a row to let him get his fucking shit off 8 years straight, right? Y'all let him do that, and then what y'all do as white voters in this country? Y'all voted in the most racist fucking white guy fucking president that this country has seen in years, in decades. Trump? The super racist? That's what happened in this country, bro. What's with the rubber band effect? That we went all the way this way, that the most racist country put a black guy in there with all this controversy around who the fuck he really is for 2 terms in a row, and then y'all gave us Trump, one of the most racist fucking presidents in recent time, to follow that up with him against a black one. It looks too much like theater for me to give y'all credit for this shit, because it's too perfect to do what it is that I already know y'all want to do. Divide us and then conquer us by any means. And the racial shit is a sensitive topic that you know you're going to garner some fucking heartfelt responses when you tickle us in that way. Fuck y'all. I know y'all did that on purpose. This is all a show and shit, and I don't have to like y'all. Period. And not a goddamn hater in the world ever addresses me when I talk in that way about those things to say, man, you said this about Kamala Harris and you're fucking wrong, Trey. This is why I don't like you. This is why I don't like your channel. This is why I think you're full of shit. No one does that. All of the hate, the only real haters that I have come from not liking the fact that I like somebody that they don't like, and that's all it takes. That if I'm in this person's comments going, yeah, man, good work, man. And then I might shout his channel out on my shit. He might come and go, hey, man, hey, good work, Trey. Do your thing. And then that happens. Then they go, oh, attack Trey, too. He's one of them. One of what? I'm a fucking fan. I drive a Toyota. Do you think that you can call me a Toyota manufacturer, a car salesman, or mechanic if I say I like Toyotas, I like mine? You might want to consider one. Maybe you hate them. I don't give a fuck how you feel about Toyotas when you go test drive one, or if you had a bad history with one and now you don't rock with Toyotas. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to sell you shit. I'm telling you I got a Toyota and I like it. That's it. That's it. I'm not a manufacturer. I'm not a car seller. I don't give a fuck about you buying a Toyota. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm not going to even come back and ask you later, hey, man, you buy that Toyota? I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting no commission from selling you a fucking Toyota. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to fucking change a starter on a Toyota. Anybody who approaches me after I say that I got a Toyota and I like it, and say that I must be a manufacturer, a car salesman, or a mechanic, is a psycho. And there's no arguing that. How could you seriously come to me and say, you must be a Toyota fucking manufacturer, car dealer, or a mechanic? Because I said I drive a Toyota and I like it. Anybody who would seriously accuse me of that inside of this scenario to take it seriously with this hypothetical. If you could imagine somebody seriously accusing me of that and then saying that they have proof that I've worked for Toyota before when I haven't, you have to look at them and call them crazy. What else is that? People should be ashamed of themselves. Motherfuckers should be ashamed of themselves, man. It bothers me that a person can be so crazy that they can be lashing out in that way. Have people tell them that that's what they're doing. Have them apologize and recognize that that is what they was doing and they should stop, and then have them come back to it. It's a sign that they get triggers, that they have an emotional and psychological problem, that they seem to have forgotten that they have fucking backed down, kissed feet, made apologies, give slight praises, slight little salutes, even express some concerns about what it is that I do out on the corners to be sure that I don't let somebody walk up to me who's got bad intentions. Keep my eye open. What if this happens? Have you thought about that? This is something that the guy that talks the most shit to me, the only one who really ever talks shit to me, he's inarticulate, never expresses what it is about my work that he doesn't like. He just hates that I don't like this other guy. So then the only way to leapfrog past that so that he doesn't have to leave his discontent with me in this childish position, he has to then move forward to say, it ain't just because of that. It's because I think Trey's a fraud, or that he's a CIA or a fucking FBI or whatever the fuck you're trying to accuse me of. And that ain't even real. You're faking that. You don't even mean that. You have no reason to think that. You have no motherfucking proof of no silly ass shit like that. It's frustrating and funny to me at the same time. When you know who you are, and then you watch somebody accuse you of the most outlandish shit that couldn't possibly make any fucking sense at all, and then when they say they have proof, I'm thinking, I want to see how far you will go to actually present and manufacture some fake proof. I'm curious, bro. I want you to post the proof. that I am not even genuine, that none of these words are mine, that these are my fucking feelings at all, that I have a whole nother life, and that somebody is paying me to be a fucking failed gun rights activist that don't like the fucking Constitution. It's discouraging because I know the same kind of psychosis gets inside of a fucking politician and all of his intelligence and his performance of his fucking duties. He will have the same fucking psychotic freakouts inside of himself and inside of his job as this motherfucker who it is that I'm talking about. And when people like that get government jobs, badges and shit like that, shit gets crazy. Here's a sign that people out in the world are fucking crazy. And I go, damn, man, don't you never, ever get no fucking badge, bro. Please don't ever get a badge, bro. People like this get badges. They have kids and all type of shit. I could not imagine this man raising a child. He's a psycho. I myself could not have the audacity to fake hate somebody for a childish reason and then pass off ideas as facts when I have literally no reason at all to think that the accusations that I'm pushing onto somebody is actually true. Deep down, I know that they're not, and then you have to knowingly force it out into the rest of the world as if it is actually true when you yourself know that it's not true and that it's coming from a very childish thing. I've never hated somebody because of somebody that they liked. And then say, since you like this person and I do not like this person, now I don't like you, to the degree that I will fabricate who you are to kind of encourage other people to not like you, when deep down I know you ain't did none of this. This is weird to me. Strange. Back in my day, we'd have beat him the fuck up. Back in my day, we'd have caught up to him. We would have been like, say all that shit to my face. Show me the proof right now. Admit that you're wrong, that you're lying, and that you fake it, all of this shit. And if you cannot do that, I will punch you in the fucking face. That's what's supposed to happen. Back in my day, that's how we handle the shit. You weren't really allowed to be fake hating on somebody, trying to damage somebody's fucking reputation, threatening to take things away from them, like you're gonna lose your channel and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, why can't you admit, like you already have before in a recorded phone conversation that I actually have, that I did nothing to you, that you are just kind of freaking out, and that you really just hate gematria, and you hate anybody that likes that shit, and you really just don't like Zach. And since I like Zach and I rock with Zach and I find gematria to be interesting, I don't give a fucking fuck, you fucking pussy, what the fuck you have to say about anything at all ever. Because I can squash all hate that you have about me in regards to gematria, even in regards to Zach, that if you are a logical man at all, if you have any intelligence at all, you fucking psycho, what you could do is listen very clearly to what it is that I'm saying and start making better choices about your life and how you spend your time. This motherfucker streams all fucking day long bitching and complaining about something that if he thought that he had the juice about it, he would just make a better gematria channel and then show that shit the fuck off. Build yourself. If you can't do that, I don't even know what footing that you have to stand on to prove that you understand the true meaning of gematria, and Zach doesn't. If that's what it is that you think is going on here, why won't you show everybody? You actually never do. That's what's weird to me. That's weird, crazy. That shows me right away that you are reacting in emotion and you have nothing stable to stand on or to present to anybody to help people find what it is that you find that's supposed to be so much truth. What is it? This motherfucker says, read the definition of gematria. I did read it. And if you think what Zach is doing is a perversion of gematria, why are you not blaming who it is that he's exposing? Because Zach didn't fucking come up with no gematria formulas. He didn't come up with the idea, with the word, with the method, with the intent, or none of that. He discovered it and then tried to apply what he found, and he found it to still be working, to still be moving, to still have actions behind the gematria, to align with the number coded system in the English fucking language, to reveal another underlying hitting narrative in America about what's going on, not just America, but the world, about what's going on, what has happened, and possibly what even will happen. And it's kind of hard to predict the world with gematria, but just because you're on the trail of a serial killer doesn't mean that you're not really on the trail of a serial killer if you cannot predict and then prevent the next murder. You might not be able to do that, but when you find that body, you may have empirical fucking evidence that yes, you are dealing with a serial killer and this is another victim by the same person. even if you can't catch up to them. That doesn't mean that you do not have enough evidence to know that you are dealing with a serial killer, though. You just can't get ahead of this motherfucker. But you know his work when you see it. It's not that hard to figure out. This is simple, basic, elementary shit. That's why this dude who I'm talking about, not only is he crazy, the psychosis that he's going through is making him fucking stupid. Because I can't understand how somebody can be crazy and so fucking dumb that when you explain how psycho he is to him or to other people, that it doesn't click that makes more sense than the bullshit that he be talking. And it does. Because you would have to be accusing Zach of coming up with all of these things, all of the ciphers, all of the news. He didn't name these people. He didn't give these people their birthday or nothing. All he's doing is taking information that's already out there and applying it to a fucking formula to see if it starts telling a fucking another narrative that will be a sign that manipulation behind these events are at work to our detriment by people who are trying to deceive us about what life and what the world really is. That's all I see. That's all I see. Now, if you want to convince us that Zach is some kind of fucking psycho, making up shit that ain't even real, decode the same events that he decodes by using real gematria to show us what the real numbers are. And if you will not do that, I'm not going to even believe you at all. Because I read the fucking definition of the gematria. It got me nowhere because I don't give a fuck. Reading that definition not going to make me say, oh, well, then what Zach is doing is fucking wrong and Zach is evil for trying to lie to us. If Zach is in error at all, it's a misunderstanding that Zach has about what it is that they're doing. You cannot even put the blame on Zach. You would have to blame any kind of perversion of gematria on whoever Zach is exposing, not on Zach himself. This is insane to me. It's insane to me. People are fucking weird, bro. People are weird. And people say, Trey, don't let them get you hyped up. Boy, I'm passionate. I'm so fucking calm and cool. Like, this is how we are as black people. And it's stereotypical. This is how we are as black people. We tend to be loud, very animated. We talk with our hands a lot. We cuss a lot. And you'll be like, damn, you loud and cussing a lot. And you'll be like, are you angry? And I go, no, I'm telling a happy story. This shit is funny as fuck. Listen to me, bro. We talk like that. And if you want to call that a stereotype, call it that, and then just say that I fit that shit. I don't give a fuck. I fit a couple other stereotypes too, and I don't give a fuck about explaining none of that either. But my mom was a loud, ghetto, animated. If she was happy, she was loud happy. If she was mad, she was loud mad. That's just how she was, and that's how I grew up. And I have adopted some of those things from my mom because I have a hard time being passionate about something and then talking like I'm lackadaisical and I could care less or whatever. I want to express everything that I can inside of my tone, my cadence, the eye contact, the hand movement, how loud I get, when I choose to cuss, what it is that I choose to repeat if I start repeating myself. These are all signs of a deep concern about expressing something in the attempt to not be misunderstood. And that's all it is. So when people say, oh, don't let the haters get under your skin, or even when the hater says, oh, I'm in your head, boy, this is who the fuck I am. When have you never fucking heard me talk like this about everything that I talk about? And I don't mind being angry when I am angry, because anger leads me to a deeper evaluation and understanding of what it is that I'm talking about. I instantly start fucking problem solving and trying to figure out how to escape this realm of anger about something, especially if I feel like that don't even got to exist in my life like that to even be doing that to me. And I will very much like to change it. And I change it when I get upset, when I get thorough about what it is that I'm dealing with, and when I examine all things, looking for the bottom line truth and shit, so I can say I'm never going to escape any frustration or anger that I have with anything if I don't then follow that up with actions of discovery, understanding, and trying to exercise some problem solving skills or some critical thinking about this shit. It's a process. It's always a process. So y'all got, even the people that support me, keep that in mind. And when you see me hyped up or freaking out on a hater or this motherfucker dude, you don't have to feel like you got to come to my rescue and pat me on the back and calm me down and say, Trey, it's going to be okay. Don't let them get to you, because I like feeling like that. That's what y'all don't understand. I like feeling like that because it always leads me to a higher level of understanding, problem solving, and coming to terms with the things that I can't change. Once I approach things in this way and I bump into the things that I cannot change, that still force me into a position of like frustration and shit about things, I'm always at rest to know that I have reached a peak or a plateau or an angle that's going to present new challenges to me, or put me in a position that I might feel like, and this is where we are. It's closure. It's a conclusion of some level, and I'm always okay with all of that. So y'all gotta like feel bad for my mood and no shit like that. Don't never feel like that. You can feel like that if I get on here and I'm frustrated and then I cry. Then you can go, okay, there he goes. Now he's going too far. He's got to gain some control over himself. But if I'm yelling, cussing, clapping my hands, or slapping the fucking steering wheel, boy, I'm probably happy actually. Crazy is as crazy does, says Rick James. Yeah, he's a psycho. What up, Crack That Code? What up, Amy? It's literally the last sentence of the second paragraph. He only reads the first sentence and then went fucking crazy. Yep, that's what he does. That's what this guy does. He'll hear me say something like, man, they could throw that fucking Constitution out for all I care. He wants to destroy rights for everyone. It's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I say to throw it out because I think they want to throw it out, and I think they're tiptoeing and playing to try and act like they don't want to throw it out. They mean to be protecting freedoms, but this is the way it has to be because you guys asked us to. That's what they want to do to the Constitution, is to wreck it and then say that we asked for it or that we insisted on it out of fear and dependency for them. It's a game, and it's way too easy to see that that's the game. And me and other people have described the game exactly in that way all the time. I'm just the motherfucker that says, if they want to throw it out, I dare them to do it today so we can show them that when they throw it out, we're just going to fight them. We're not going to go, oh, okay, you won, cuff me, take my gun, throw me in the cage. Ain't nobody finna do that shit. They throw that fucking Constitution out, we're going to rock like the Constitution is well, alive, and buzzing. That's how we're going to interact with them. If they throw it out, we're going to rock with them like it ain't go nowhere. And that's what I want y'all to do. Rock out like the Constitution didn't go nowhere. When they throw it out, be like, nigga, we got all the rights. Nigga, are you crazy? Now we got all of the fucking rights that we're willing to fight for, because now there's nothing left but a fight, and we have all of the rights that we're willing to fight for. Now we can do whatever if they throw that Constitution out, I'm going to think that I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not going to feel like I lost anything. I'm going to go, okay, all right, anything goes now. That's what I think. But a lot of people see that Constitution get destroyed, and then you'll follow suit, and you won't fight them back because they won that battle. They want you to get inside of that arena of debate so that you can accept a loss of the debate, as if that's the moral, righteous thing to do. And I'm telling you, don't let them fool you. If they fuck with the Constitution, we are not fucked. They are, because then we're going to fight their ass. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all to do. If they destroy it, fight them, because you ain't really lose nothing. And that means you don't got to back down to them. Why would you back down to them? We backing down to their ass. We backing down to shit. Hey, baby, says Crack That Code. What up, Amy? You so sweet, Amy. Similar systems have been used in all language and cultures. Oh, yeah. So the idea of gematria, this is what it is real quick before I get out of here, for people that don't quite understand or know or even care. I don't give a fuck if you don't care. All I know is that I think with gematria, I don't give a fuck if it's fake or not. If it's fake, the numbers won't line up. So the idea that there's nothing here to see is untrue, because it is. There is something here to see. If you want to move on to say that Zach and other people are fabricating these things to make it like that, then we're dealing with geniuses, because who can play a number game like this that's so complicated with birthdays and dates and lives that they cannot even influence or have any influence on at all, actually, and then they can fake the numbers about a whole bunch of other people that are disconnected from them? I don't even believe that. The only people in a position to manipulate what the numbers look like are the people that are actually involved in the shit. That's the only way to make that work. And if you had a fucking brain, you would know that. You would be able to put that together and go, well, I can't blame Zach for the gematria, even if I think gematria is a perversion. I got to blame whoever he's pointing out, because these motherfuckers are using a perversion of gematria to perform these rituals on a fucking global stage to convince us of what reality is in the world. Why won't he say that? The psycho guy. Why won't he say that? Because it's an intellectual hurdle that he can't jump. I can feel it when I say it out loud, how difficult it might be for somebody to understand what it is that I'm saying. And I can also see how simple it is if you are intelligent at all and you just open your mind up and stop being an emotional pussy. If you do those things, you can understand what it is that I'm saying. And this is how gematria goes. The English language is fucking coded. Yes, it is. It seems like it is. And when you apply the formula, it fucking works. So it got my attention. Not that fucking hard to understand. Leave me the fuck alone. I can like whatever the fuck I want. And I don't got to be your motherfucking victim because you don't like it that I like it. Die. Lay down in the fucking dirt today, dude. Please. Please, dude. Damn. Just go away. You don't even want to be here. If you don't want to be here, I won't stop you. Check out, bro. You don't even want to be here. I can't let somebody who don't even love their own fucking life enough to respect the cool guy that he say he is. He won't develop it and print it and present it to you in a dope ass fucking YouTube channel because he ain't got no dope shit to give y'all. He is nowhere in his life and he ain't gonna go nowhere. He's a nobody, ain't gonna never be shit. He don't even want to be alive. I don't have to like you if you don't like you. So fuck off. The English language is coded. If you apply numerical value to the letters, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, all the way up to Z is the 26th letter. And then you can do that in reverse too. Z is 1, A is the 26th. And then when you find letters like K is the 11th letter going forward, where 1 is A and 26 is the value you attribute to the letter Z. In that cipher, going forward, in a natural way that you would expect, A1, B2, if you go in that direction, K is the 11th letter. That's 2 ones together. If you add the 2 ones together and get the number 2, you can make 2 new ciphers by doing that, going forward and backwards. Now you got 4 fucking ciphers. These are 4 base ciphers. If you do this to the English language, and then you apply it to the news that they control, to the people inside of the news that they control, knowing already beforehand that they are in cahoots to do something to the country to control us and the rest of the world. When you know that simple stuff, then you go, well, then if the numbers line up, you can only blame the people who are orchestrating what we all kind of see as being a puppet show of some kind. You know that. Easy, easy, easy. Now, who can control and manipulate the numbers in that situation? Only the people who are running this other stuff can do that. Why would those same people send somebody out here like Zach to expose what it is that they're doing? To do what? To do what? To do what? To do what? What would he gain? What would he or they gain by doing this? No one has a story when they hate on Gematria. Motherfuckers just talk, coming from an emotional place when they have no logic to back up what it is that they're saying. So then there's a whole lot of name calling, threats, and talking shit. And that's when you know you're dealing with somebody who has no substance, because he could flood his entire YouTube channel with decode after decode after decode of how it's supposed to go, but he won't though, because he don't know how to apply nothing to nothing. No thought process, no critical thinking skills, no conflict resolution, no nothing. If he wanted to resolve a conflict between him and Zach, he would smash the fuck out of his own YouTube channel about what Gematria really is, but he doesn't do that. He does a lot of bashing and name calling. And then if you get in Zach's channel, then you go, hey, Zach, what up, man? This shit is interesting. When you said this and that and this number fucking chain, when you went on that fucking rant for 5 minutes, slamming these numbers, interesting. It's super interesting when you can see the connection and the bullshit behind these events without Gematria. When you see Gematria, then you go, oh, there's no way in hell I'm fucking wrong about that Kennedy assassination. Something was funny about that, because Gematria tells the same story about some shit that we all know on the fucking surface looks fucking funny, and we all call it funny. No one calls the assassination of Kennedy some organic, random thing that's not even fucking mysterious, and we already have the answers, and that's a non-factor. No one says that about that. So when we all agree that the Kennedy thing looks crazy, and you see the Gematria lined up to say that yes, somebody did something ritualistically to make this happen, I don't understand how you could then argue with Gematria when that same success rate can be applied over every single thing, even in real time on the day that it happens. Zach decodes these things, and the story still remains the same with how the numbers flow. When they gave us the calendar, they gave us the English language, and they gave us all these systems of control, the CIA, the government, Democrat, Republican, the economic system. All of those same people are the same fucking Jesuit group of people that gave us the Gematria. And when it all blends together as if it all came from one motherfucker, I don't know how to say that I don't see nothing. You gonna say you don't see nothing? Shut your bitch ass up. It feels good for me to tell you to shut your bitch ass up at that tone and with this cadence. I like it. It makes me feel good. Because I can't punch you in the fucking face because I don't know where you are. So when I say it like that, that helps. That's enough. That'll hold me over. Until you remind me how much of a bitch you are later. And then I have to fucking go to the shooting range and let off fucking 3 mags just to ease my pains of having to live in a world with this fucking psycho. I want him out of here, bro. I want him to go. And I don't have to do it. He'll do it himself. He wants himself dead more than I do. I don't really want him dead. I want him to stop. He wants to be dead. He's That's what he wants to do to himself. He's a weirdo, bro. And when people are contemplate the idea of self-checking out, they're willing to do anything in the meantime while they're here. 65% of the gun deaths in this fucking country are self-checkout. What percentage of the mass shooters have thoughts of self-checking out. 100% of them. 100% of the mass shooters are capable and willing to self-check out. So if you take all of the mass shootings and 65% of the gun deaths outside of that to be self-checkout, the country looks like it has a self-checkout problem. So I don't want to talk to nobody about gun rights. And this is something that the hater won't address when he talks to me. He only talks to me from the angle of the gematria thing because I'm a fan of the gematria. It is weird, bro, to have to get this much hate from somebody. And I know he's a psycho and I should just not pay him no attention and just leave him alone. But he's not going to. He left me alone and he promised to do that a month or so ago, 2 months ago, whenever this was. And then it surfaced again and he started doing it again, using my picture and his fucking thumbnails on the stupid videos and all type of shit. So he's doing this. When I left him alone, I didn't say nothing to him. So me leaving him alone is not going to guarantee that the trouble stop. Because I didn't start it. He did. I wouldn't even know this dude was alive if he would have never said nothing to me. I wouldn't know or care. Right? He apologized, admitted that he was fucking full of shit of where it fucking came from, and it was super easy to figure that out. I got this on a recorded phone conversation. I am going to play it. He don't know that I got the recorded phone conversation, but I do though, and it's strange to me. And I can't. I almost have to post this, bro, because there's some people like not feeding the trolls and type of shit. I like making stupid people feel stupid. I want him to feel some level of shame where it's hard for him to carry on. So I like exposing and then trolling back on the trolls. I just like doing that, bro. I tell Zach, man, I'm gonna let that shit go, bro, because he tell me nothing good can come out of it. It's just gonna make things worse, and it'll keep me from using my time to talk about the shit I want to talk about, because then I constantly be dressing him. It's not like I don't understand all that, but what Zach doesn't understand or what some people don't understand, I mean, people are just different people. We're all different. We all handle things in different ways. I'm an eye for an eye kind of a person, and I like holding the mirror up to people and giving the energy back to them to show them that this is what it is that they're doing, because I want to see if they can handle it when it comes back in their direction. And very often that they can. They can't even stand up on what it is that they intended on doing when they started it in the first place. They damn sure can't defend themselves or even accept it when I do it to them. And I like watching them do that. I don't know how else to explain that shit, bro. I like trolling this motherfucker back. I like talking to shit. So I'm just going to do that at least a little bit. Oh yeah, you got him recording him calling me the N-word? Yeah, he keeps calling me a 42 in the gematria. The word nigger, when you apply the number values to the letters in the word nigger, you get the number 42 in one of the ciphers. I can't remember which one. But he keeps calling me a 42 and then tries to act like he's a morally superior person when actually he's a pussy ass bitch that can't do anything but latch on to childish, petty triggers to use as insults that are usually based in his own insecurities, because he hates to see people being what it is that he wished that he could be. He wants to be black. He wants to be handsome. He wants to have a big dick. He wants to be fighting off girls and shit everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, like girls, sometimes girls in their fucking early 20s and shit who are way younger than him, almost throw themselves at him. This is my life. This is what I go through all the time. I get recognized around town for my gun rights activism and other things all the time. And I can see the vibe of adoration in the eyes of some of these girls when I go into stores and other places of public, when they recognize me, especially on the days that I've just done open carry. I just went through a drive-through the other day when I did open carry, and the one girl at the window recognized me, but she didn't say nothing at first. Another girl outside of the window recognized me and said, "Ain't that the guy that be standing out on the corner with the AR?" I started shaking my head, and the girl at the window was like, "Yeah, that is him. He's got his shit on right now, and he can hear you." Because I started shaking my head to answer her question. So she started laughing, and the girl at the window started laughing. All of them just full of adoration. There's 3 girls standing at the window. All of them just full of adoration. I can see it in their eyes. They're all blushing and all type of shit. Well, 2 of the girls was black. They weren't blushing, but they giving the body language to mirror a blush. And I go through this all day, every day. Even without the open carry activism and shit like that. Even without that, where I go, I tend to see women being drawn to me, that they put themselves in my line of sight, doing all of the body language things to get my attention. They tend to keep their eyes on me the entire time I'm there, and then they know my name when I come back in the second time. They know my name. They can't wait to see me. And if I ain't been in there for a long time, they verbally say out loud when I come in, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Why you been thinking about how long you ain't seen me? There's other places to get food in this fucking town. I happen to come here again this time, and you're wondering why you haven't seen me in 2 weeks, because I don't eat this shit every day." So I see that all the time, and this is the kind of stuff that this guy Cuts One, that's his YouTube handle or whatever the fuck he calls himself. Cuts One sounds like a suicide attempt. That's what I think of when I hear that. And he wants to do that to himself. He just ain't got no pipe to do that. But I think he's jealous of me. I can't think of any other place where all of this anger will come from. There's other fans of Gematria all over. Zach has got thousands of fans, but he chooses me to act like this too, because he's like, "Oh, you're one that's handsome. People like you. You got something good going on. You could possibly progress and be successful in what it is that you got going on. I'm doing nothing." I fucking he hates the sight of me because he wants to be me. And that's exactly what it is. And I'm not saying that to be facetious or to talk shit. I honestly believe that things about me that he wished that he could say about himself, he cannot say about himself, and I think it bugs him. Period. I wish I made twice as much money. My job is cool, but I wish that I had double the pay. I would like myself better. And the guy that's making double my pay, I'm going to see him and go, "I wish I was you in that way, bro. You make that much money? I wish I did." I'm going to do that too, except for I'm not a bitch. I go back and I start thinking, what can I do to fucking double my income, bro? I start thinking about that. He'll see somebody double their income, then he'll go, "Drug dealer, you stole that money." He'll do that and he go, "What makes you think this man is a drug dealer?" Because he got, man, shut up, bro. He'll do that to a stranger and don't even know this dude. I swear he's got proof that he's a drug dealer. This kind of stuff. He does this kind of stuff. He's a psycho, bro. We used to beat up people like that, bro. We wouldn't even let you rock. We would make you change your behavior or hate being around us. We would say, "Get away from us or change that behavior, bro." You can't do that around here. We did not let kids rock like that, bro. Fuck that shit. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun. I'm gonna have to come back and read these comments because people in here that know this guy tend to have like vital information, a little tidbits of information and shit that could be useful to me. It's good for me to know this dude. And if he has an Achilles heel or a weakness or multiple weaknesses, because he does, then I would like to know that too. Hood P, what up? Yeah, Fox 13, the M. A lot of things have an M on it. The 76ers and the 49ers, when you add those two numbers together, they equal 13. But these are the sports teams that have the fucking numbers in their name. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the world is special enough and big enough that things could be going on for reasons that I would not understand or agree with, to achieve things that I would not understand or agree with. It's just possible. It's just possible that that's what's going on in the world, so I keep my eyes open. Anybody, any hater that can't understand what it is I just said in the past fucking 20 seconds, and then apply that to what it is that I really do overall, and then think about if this sounds like an idiot that will say that or not. You know I'm not an idiot. You know that I'm open-minded. You know I'm trying to call you to being more open-minded and honest about different things. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. The world could fool me with things because motherfuckers are smarter than me. They got systems of control and order of business that they conduct in a world that was here before me. It'll be here after me and is way above me. I can't even touch it. I can't be employed by these fucking people. I can't rock with them. They won't tell me they classified secrets or what their job entails or who they working with and all this other stuff. FBI, CIA, high levels of government, they all do the Vatican, the Catholic Church, the banking system. All of these guys are well above us, that the details and what it takes for them to do their job is so... The details are just overwhelming to a person outside of the shit. And inside of that overwhelming abundance of details and information and what it is that goes into their jobs could also be ways for them to get over, for them to deceive you, for them to win the game that they created. The banking system is being won by the guys that created it. I don't know why that's not a red flag to y'all. And I don't know why a hater can't listen to me say that and go, "Trey, I like that part because that part is actually true." The hater makes me feel like that he supports all of the things that I go against. That he supports the banking system, that he supports the military industrial complex, that he thinks Kennedy was smoked by a random guy for a random stupid reason that it wasn't political at all, that had nothing to do with the politics or the people around him, or none of his policies that he wanted to implement or nothing. It had nothing to do with that. You would almost have to say that to say that everything I say is bullshit. I don't know what I'm talking about, and then I'm really, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's a psychosis to be this antagonistic when it's based on nothing, and then you have to pretend like it's based on something in order to move forward with the continuation of the antagonizing of a fan of a person that you don't like. When he has thousands of fans, and then you chose me and other people to act like this too, why would you not act like, who would go to a Toyota manufacturer and then blame them for the fact that a drunk driver was driving one of their vehicles that killed one of their loved ones, and then you go to the manufacturer and then you say, you killed somebody last night? They would be like, boy, you was way off the mark. This ain't even gonna go nowhere. What you don't it's impossible for you to have proof that the manufacturer of a fucking Toyota killed somebody last night because of a drunk driver that this fucking manufacturer never met a day in their life, killed somebody the night before in a drunk driver accident. And you ain't even taking up no beef with Seagrams or nothing, because the alcohol, that's the alcohol that was you. Like, it's a weird thing to watch this shit happen, and it's frustrating. And the boy needs to go get some medical help. He needs to go talk to a therapist. He needs to go drop 40 bucks on a fucking prostitute and get himself laid so he can relieve that tension. And he needs to take some medication. He needs to find some medication with a few complicated, hard to pronounce ass ingredients. And then take the whole bottle, take the whole bottle, take the whole bottle. Pussy. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun today, and tell all your haters, all the government officials that want to bully you, all the Crips and Bloods that want to fucking take your shit and rob you and extort you and fucking sell you the drugs that the CIA brought in. Those are the agents. Those are the guys. Anybody who would touch and then sell coke after the fucking cocaine is brought in here by the CIA is helping them implement a cat and mouse game that they planned on doing when they brought it in here. This what the plan was. So then to bring it in to help fund some shit they wanted to do with the Contras and all that other type of shit back in the day. Kennedy tried to stop them, but they was like, man, fuck you. Yeah, blame them for all of that, for all the cocaine and shit, because that's where it came from. And you're helping them if you sell the cocaine. Period. They had that Ricky Ross dude do all that shit, and then they blame the black community when it was intentional that they passed it off to a black guy, and an illiterate black guy. Ricky Ross was illiterate. They have to go this far so that they know that the bullshit that they're going to do and what their intentions are could not be discovered or detoured by somebody with a high enough intelligence to see what it is that they had going on. So they picked a guy who couldn't read. All of this stuff has to be calculated into what it is that you say about me, or about what it is that I say, or about the world at large, or else I'm going to feel like you're a childish idiot, because you have to address me about the shit that I say the most. You have to address me about, you can't call me some kind of a fraud when 99% of the shit that I say you probably agree with, because I'm pretty sure you have these beefs too. I'm pretty sure you don't believe that the elections are legit. Stop playing. And when I say that they are not, why you act like everything I say is a bunch of fucking bullshit when we agree on probably a lot of stuff that I say? You know the food is bad. They poison the food. Big Pharma does that so that they can make a cancer customer out of you later. When I say that, is that bullshit, Cuts? Or do you agree with that too? I bet that you agree with that. I don't think you trust Big Pharma. I don't think you do. I think you know who they are and what it is that they do. These are the stuff. This is the stuff that I say the most. I find Gematria to be interesting, and I think that Gematria is interesting enough that even if people don't agree with it or like it or believe that that's how the world works at all, you don't have to. But I think that it's important that you go check it out, to put your eyes on it yourself, so you can ask yourself what you think about it and not care about what nobody else thinks about it, so that when you choose to say fuck Gematria, that you know that you mean it because you tried it. It's the best thing to do. You can't say fuck it because somebody else turns you away from it. I think that's stupid. It's a bad practice in the world, and even Cuts will have to admit that if you let another man tell you not to look into something because he doesn't like it, and you listen to that you got to be a bitch to do that. Who the fuck lets another man say, this is what you can learn, this you should not even try to learn or understand? Who will let another man tell you that? It don't even make no sense. So in order to stay in tune with your own fucking manhood, it only makes sense when you hear me say that you need to check out Gematria because I find it interesting. And if you think that it's fucking stupid, you can call it stupid. No one gives a fuck if you call it stupid, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Damn. Damn. And that's enough to make this guy say that I'm gonna lose my channel. Man, kiss my dick. I hope you die, bro. I really do. It's because you so damn sexy, and Cuz is dirty looking with jacked up teeth. He needs a bath and a brush, and yeah, it gets punched in his fucking face. Yeah, he does. All of that is actually true, Amy. And thank you for the compliments. Um, I don't know. I think that I could stand on the sidelines and give Cuss a round of applause if he would just build up a dope ass gematria channel and then stop hating on other people and then show by example that he has the key to gematria and how it's supposed to go, and that he's giving way too many examples for anybody to even deny. And if he did that, even whether I believed him or not, I go, man, he got a dope ass channel. The fucking videos are nice and shit. He's got a lot of fucking information, thorough information. Listen to Cuss go. This is crazy. He said this and that, and I went, damn, I think Cuss is right. If you did that, I would just say all of that. I'll treat you just like that. I'll treat you just like that, but you won't do that. You make these idle threats about shit that you couldn't even fucking accomplish, and then you bash everybody's work in its totality without addressing what it is that you have a problem with about the work, and that's crazy. Take a decoding video that Zach did, and then break the video down step by step, or else you're not going to be able to get my attention. Calling him names and stuff and telling me to read the definition of gematria that's supposed to tell me that everything he's doing is wrong, is he going to get it? Because like I said before, I wouldn't give a fuck if Zach is perverting, if gematria has been perverted. And that what Zach is doing is presenting it in a perverted state that is not even supposed to be perceived in that way. Fine. Why does it look like the elites are the ones using the perverted version to control the world? Because that's what Zach is saying. I don't give a fuck if it's perverted or not. If it's perverted, the elites have perverted it, and Zach is caught on to them perverting it. Are you that fucking dumb that you can't understand that shit? You can't understand that shit, man. I hope you die, bro. It's that simple, man. I hope you die, man. That shit crazy that you can't just shift your perspective from the hate ass angle to looking at the fucking government and then maybe even siding with Zach and saying, the elites are using this bullshit coded system of gematria to lie to y'all. They took the original fucking gematria and fucked it up so they can perform these stupid ass fucking rituals to control your mind. Fuck them. You could just say that with Zach. And then say Zach's right that they decode this shit like this. And they had to fuck up the original intent of gematria to do it. That sounds like it's up their alley to take gematria and then fuck it up to use it. They took the Bible that might got some good information in it and fucked it up to control us. Maybe they took gematria and what it was supposed to be and then fucked it up and showed us a lying ass version of it that they used to control us. Maybe that's the case. But the idiot psycho dude ain't even smart enough to fucking shift his perspective from his emotional bullshit to what it is that I'm saying. That he won't even fucking say that Zach is exposing a perversion of gematria. And that the perversion will be used as a perversion to do something bad because it's already a perversion. And what bad thing are they doing? Controlling the minds of the fucking world after they perverted something that should have been good. Why he not saying that? He's got a cognitive problem. The boy ain't got a brain in his head, bro. He out his mind. What up, Nanya? I'm about out of here, man. The boy ain't got a brain in his head, bro. He's just a weirdo or psycho. Peace and love to y'all, man. I want y'all to buy guns and then be the most loving that you can possibly be, because those are the two things that they do not want to see come together. A person who has not created a victim or even capable and willing to create a victim, they don't want those people to be loving everybody that they can and to be armed, because those are people that they can't move. They can't bring you to hate people for no reason, and then they can't fucking stop you because if they try, you will shoot at them. That's what we should be doing. Create that kind of a vibe about yourself. And if you're not going to do that, I'm telling you something that's not my opinion. It is the honest observation that you can even come to if you just be honest about what it is that I'm actually saying when I say this shit. If you will not arm yourself and love everybody that you can, they will make you hate people that you shouldn't, and then they will dominate you because you couldn't stop them. Ain't that what I just said? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that's what will follow, what it is that I'm saying. If you don't love everybody that you can, they can probably get you to hate people for dumb reasons. If you don't arm yourself, they can control you and expect that you won't even be able to fight back. Undebatable. The hater won't address what it is that I just said in the past 20 seconds and then say that this is what makes me stupid. I bet you he won't make a video, my video, and then highlight this, quote me, and then say, this is why this man is stupid. This is why this man is an agent. Because agents say shit like this. Agents tell you stuff like this. To love everybody you can and then bring a gun so that your enemy has no chance. And if your enemy has a chance, he at least has to risk his life to victimize you. Tell the victimizer that he's going to have to risk his life to do that. Good luck. Why is that a CIA operation for me to say that to y'all? Come on, man. The man is out of his mind, and I'm tired of it. And if he died, I wouldn't care, and I'm sorry. I get to say that. If Trump died today, I wouldn't care. I don't care how that makes you feel. I would not care. If Biden died today, I might laugh, actually. If Kamala died today, I'm not going to care. I might laugh. I don't have to care. Because my caring won't keep them alive. Anyway, none of that matters. Y'all some bitches. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a fucking gun. Because somebody wants to fight you, bro. The world wants to fight you. You gonna go out there empty-handed. Don't be surprised when they smoke you, bro. Don't be surprised when they do things with the audacity that you just can't even fathom. And then you won't realize that in order for them to even try that Constitution, as if they can change it, when they have not been able to get these changes in the past, or they have and then we reverse them, like that assault weapons ban. When they do that shit, right in your face, you have to take offense to that. I don't know why y'all not offended by that. I don't know why y'all have a trust in the government that smoked a sitting president and then told you to trust the election process. That's such a great contradiction that I fucking hate y'all, bro. Y'all not thinking, bro. Y'all think what the TV tells you to think.